Our next guest is a Tennessee native and a Grand Ole Opry member who is known for her world-class vocals, which have been featured on a number of platforms, including Larry's Country Diner, which you've seen here on RFD-TV. Set to play the Iowa State Fair this weekend. Welcome to the studio, the one, the only, Miss Mandy Barnett. I love that you're wearing your FFA jacket, by the way, and I cannot, first of all, that you can, this is like from when you were 16. I don't know how many people can still wear the clothes of when they were 16, so you're already winning at that point.
Well, you know, these jackets actually became very popular with all the hipsters a few years ago, and I have a real one that has my name on it.
Yeah, people were buying them like in vintage clothing stores.
Yeah,
but this is the real deal.
This is the real deal.
So how long, when were you in high school then, right?
Yeah, this was like from, I guess, 90 to 93, and I took horticulture and ag mechanics.
Is that ag mechanics?
Ag mechanics. I rebuilt the carburetor in a push mower.
So you're pretty, because for people who may not know, you are really good at keeping plants alive, and I always marvel at that because I am not. But
I am so good at keeping plants alive. Yes, I have a green thumb, and I attribute that to my years in horticulture, but I also was a secretary of the FFA. I was an officer.
Wow.
And I went to the national convention and saw a brand new duo, Brooks and Dunn, played the national convention. So I'm aging myself here. But yeah, I would, at our meetings, there was a plaque that was a wooden ear of corn, and I would say, stationed by the ear of corn, I keep an accurate record of all meetings where corn is grown and where FFA members meet.
That is impressive that you still remember that.
I still remember that.
What an impact. And for a lot of kids who are watching her in FFA, obviously a testimony to the impact that it can have on a life. Obviously, this is something that has really played out in who you've become.
Well, you know, it's funny because I had my head in the clouds a lot because I was already singing at that point. I wasn't as into writing and arithmetic as I was horticulture, and so my mom would be like, I can't understand it, you're making A's in horticulture and D's in English and algebra. But
you know, it's worked out the way it's supposed to. As you mentioned, for people who may not know, you were singing, gosh, when you were just 5 years old. I mean, you were performing since a little girl.
Yes, I've never not been a singer, so I've always just been focused on that.
I'm going to blow through because there's so much. I said, boy, with Mandy, we could talk for over an hour with just everything that you've accomplished. Obviously, a lot of people know from playing Always Patsy Cline and the voice of Patsy in that play. You've done so many various albums. I got to know you in the 90s, signing to Asylum Records. And then going on to the Nashville Songbook and then covering Billie Holiday in Every Star Above. I mean, with a 60-piece orchestra. Nobody really, I mean, this has put you on level of some of the greatest vocalists in music, period. And that's how people look at you, and just a tremendous career.
Well, thank you. Yeah. It's been quite a ride, and I've had a wonderful career, and part of it is I've been able to kind of do things on my own terms. I always loved classic country music, and so that's been you know, it's made things maybe a little bit tougher because I didn't follow the trends. And as you know, things changed a lot in the 90s and music started going a little more pop, and I stayed more classic country. But I feel really good about that because I can look back on a body of work and be really proud of working with some of the great musicians and producers like Owen Bradley. And of course, you mentioned the album Every Star Above. I got to work with one of the greatest arrangers that worked with Count Basie. So from classic country to the Great American Songbook.
Yeah, unbelievable. Like I said, just a career that spans so much. Now we're running out of time and they're telling me to wrap, but I know you've recorded with Shelby Lynn, or been on stage with Shelby Lynn, Emily West.
Yes.
And that trio, I hope that we're going to see more. You're going to be recording. I know you guys are featured on the Judd's Tribute album that's coming out in October. So we're going to get more from the three of you?
Yes, definitely. We're having good times and just, you know, getting together, writing, just enjoying a very wonderful friendship, and we'll see what comes of all of it.
I know we are loving hearing the three of you together. Iowa State Fair this weekend. I know coming up in October, you're going to be singing with the orchestra in Texas?
Yes.
Is that right?
The Southeast Texas Orchestra in Beaumont.
Wow.
And I'll be doing the Nashville Songbook.
Oh, wow.
So a great opportunity to hear classic, those great classic country songs that kind of straddle the fence between country and pop, crossover songs like Crazy and End of the World and Ring of Fire and stuff like that.
Well, a woman that can do it all, that is for sure.